So now we have thymosin beta-4, also known as TB500. And guys, my voice is shot, so please bear with me here. Thymosin beta-4, TB500, has attracted considerable interest in the realms of skin and hair health due to its potential regenerative and healing properties. TB500 is a synthetic version of the naturally occurring peptide thymosin beta-4, which is abundantly present in human tissues, including the skin. This peptide is fundamentally involved in the process of tissue repair and regeneration. So, in terms of its composition, TB500 is a synthetic peptide designed to mimic the naturally occurring thymosin beta-4 found in the body. This peptide is part of a larger family of actin-sequestering proteins that play a critical role in cellular movement and structural integrity. By binding to actin, TB500 facilitates the migration of cells to sites of injury, thereby promoting healing and tissue regeneration. For the skin, TB500 is purported to offer several benefits. One of the key advantages is its potential to accelerate wound healing. This is achieved through its role in promoting cell migration and angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels, which are critical components of the body's natural healing process. In the study titled, quote, "Simultaneous Quantification of TB500 and its Metabolites in Vitro Experiments and Rats by UHPLC-Q Exactive Orbitrap MSAA and Their Screening by Wound Healing Activities in Vitro," unquote, Rahman et al., investigate the analytical methods for TB500, an acetylated peptide derived from thymosin beta-4 and its metabolites. They also explore the wound healing potential of TB500 and its metabolites and fibroblasts. The researchers utilized in vitro enzyme systems, including human kidney microsomes, rat liver microsomes, and pooled human liver cytosol, as well as human serum, to investigate the metabolism of TB500. The metabolites identified included ACLK-T, ACLK-T, ACLKK, and ACLK, with ACLK being the most abundant in rat urine. In vivo studies involved administering TB500 to rats and collecting urine samples over a period of 96 hours to analyze metabolite concentrations. The method, developed, demonstrated high sensitivity and accuracy for simultaneous quantification of TB500 and its metabolites. To assess the biological activity of TB500 and its metabolites, and to determine whether they are toxic to cells, the researchers conducted a series of tests. They specifically focused on wound healing experiments using fibroblasts, which are cells essential for the healing process. By examining the effects of TB500 and its metabolites on these cells, they aimed to understand how these compounds influence cell behavior and whether they could support or enhance wound healing. The experiments were designed to reveal if the compounds promoted cell migration and growth, which are critical factors in the healing of wounds. Additionally, the researchers were keen to identify any potential harmful effects of TB500 and its metabolites on the cells, ensuring that their use would not lead to cytotoxicity or damage to cellular structures. The results showed that neither TB500 nor its metabolites exhibited toxic effects at tested concentrations. When it came to wound healing, significant wound healing activity was observed for the metabolite ACE-LKKTE, suggesting that the therapeutic effects previously attributed to TB500 might actually be due to this specific metabolite. To test wound healing, the researchers created small controlled scratches in a layer of fibroblast cells grown in a lab dish. They then added TB500 and its metabolites to the cell cultures and observed how quickly the cells moved to fill in the scratches over time. By taking photographs at regular intervals, they could measure the rate at which the cells migrated to close the wound. This method allowed them to determine which compounds effectively promoted cell movement and wound closure, with ACLK-TE showing particularly strong healing effects. Now, this study isn't too significant or applicable to humans, as it is in vitro. When it comes to the toxicity as well, it's not really valid. Cells on their own, in an isolated environment, do not reflect the complexities of the human immune system and body. So TB500 could be toxic at certain doses. Bottom line here, folks, this peptide does not have many human safety studies, but if it is anti-inflammatory, it could have the benefit of working well with verteporfin and BPC-157 for post-hair transplant recovery. Here, we may see a better healing factor when it comes to tissue repair with verteporfin. We observe the impact TB501 of its metabolites had on fibroblast cells. It encouraged recovery after trauma was induced. This behavior, while not observed in vivo on a human subject yet, may have great utility. Perhaps after a transplant, we could use verteporfin injections alongside BPC-157 treatment in the weeks following the procedure. Additionally, we could create a lipid matrix gel that acts as a bandage enriched with TB500. This TB500 lipid gel bandage could be applied to the donor areas, extracted follicles, or converted into an injectable form. This injectable could be administered alongside BPC-157 and verteporfin immediately after the transplant and periodically thereafter. But again, nothing promising about hair was uncovered, so that's that. Hopefully that verteporfin idea is implemented one day by a hair transplant clinician.